Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. We are back on the 22nd day of summer as promised. We're going to go visit the flea market today, and we are also going to try and find the secret that Hamilton told us about yesterday at the bar, and we can hopefully get the next hopeful tree seedling. I've went ahead today and I've already started on some of my chores. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I've done the majority of my watering. I've let all the animals out and fed them and done all of that stuff, just so that we don't finish the video off too early today. I've left some of my chores, so we will go out and finish those after we take care of our business. The flea market is already open, so we can go and visit there at any time, but I want to get the thing with Hamilton out of the way first. So Hamilton's clue from last night was to go to a place that was quiet and sacred. And there's only one building that comes to mind when I think about that, and that would be the church, which is just up the hill here from the entrance of Waffletown. And the church, wow, Gil teleported, look at that. How did you do that, Gil? That's a really neat trick. I don't know how you did that. But yeah, the church is only really used for weddings, and so you almost kind of forget that it's here. And believe it or not, the church actually has business hours, so you can only check around for this secret that Hamilton told us about between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. He told us to look at the shining light and look below our feet. So if you actually stand right near the altar, you'll get an option to check. And just like magic, if we check, we'll just pull out this nice super secret key. So now the trick is just to find out what that key opens. I don't think Gil will talk to us about it now, because we've already kind of talked to his father and found out some information about the seedling. He's in love with me. Oh, how cute. No, he's not going to give us a hint. I wanted to talk to Gil because if you're not sure where to go next to use that key, while we were on the hunt to talk to Hamilton, Gil would give us a hint, basically saying, go and talk to my father. There's something in the backyard that he really wants to talk about, and he has some stuff he needs to get off of his chest. So unless you've gathered that hint, you might be at a total loss as to where on earth am I going to use this key, because it could literally be anywhere. But we want to go into Hamilton's house, and we're going to snoop around here. The houses are open until 7 p.m., so make sure you come in here before nighttime. It feels kind of weird to be inside someone's house when they're not home, but he left it unlocked, so... You can come over to the kitchen door and you can inspect it, and you will find out that this is the locked door that we need to use the secret key on. So the door won't open unless you actually examine it with the key in your hand, so let's take the key out. And we can unlock this door. Hamilton's got a really beautiful backyard, and for some reason the seedling it has a big red arrow above it. And there it is. It looks like a super shiny, sparkly tree branch almost. Right. So it looks like Hamilton has been taking care of that. He's got a bit of a green thumb. So we'll take the seedling and we'll very awkwardly run into Hamilton, who's probably not going to be too happy with us. Hey, that's the seedling from my backyard. You can't just go into a person's house and take things without asking. Well, it's a good thing we don't have a jail on this island now, isn't it? Hey man, you left the front door unlocked, and technically I had a key, so... I'm doing this for the greater good, Hamilton, come on. Maybe it's time to plant the seedling and see what happens. I've been raising this seedling for so long, hoping that it might just be the seedling of hope. But if you plant it at the Harvest Goddess Spring and it isn't the Seedling of Hope, it'll die. And to see it die after all these years of raising it, it might break my heart. But this is what I was raising it for. For better or worse, it's time to plant it. I'll leave it to you, Nick. Please, be careful. Well, thank you, Hamilton. I know you don't want to see your seedling die and all of that, but really, what's worse? Is it worse to continue to not have the Harvest Goddess on the island and to have it in its current state without a mother tree, or is it better just to plant it and keep trying until you get the right seedling? I mean, that seems like the right thing to do to me. So we're gonna have to go and plant that at some point. I'm not really in a hurry though, because we still have so many other things that I want to do. And I know I've done a lot of the story and whatnot beforehand. We really did a lot of story stuff without actually doing a lot of the other stuff I wanted to do. I remember coming over here and I tried to use the secret key on this gate, because this is the gate to Hamilton's backyard, but you have to actually go through the kitchen, so. We do have that seedling though, and we can plant that whenever we sort of see fit. And thank you to everybody who, once again, had given me hints on as to how to finally get the clues to be able to go and find that. My bag is really full. I don't think I'm going to buy anything at the flea market that actually requires me to have space free, so that's okay. We'll just go on ahead. Last month, of course, I said we would buy some of the outfits that Candace had on sale, and then this month we were going to buy the rest of them. So that's what I'm going to kind of spend my money on. We want to get all of her unique outfits that we can only get during the spring and summer flea markets. And then next month, come fall, we're going to be switching over to our warmer outfits. And so these aren't actually going to be able to get much use, but again, these are more just for the sake of completion if you want to have all the outfits, and just for the sake of changing your look up and having something new to wear. So again, and I have a lot of money, so it's not as if I need to save my money for anything at the moment. And I just want to take one last look at Maya and Simon's stalls, but I really don't think they have anything that I want. I think I've kind of cleaned them out. Maya does have all of these nice, sort of unique cooking utensils, and I could buy these just for the sake of completion. And again, this is more aesthetic-wise too. If I wanted to have a golden mixer, I wanted to look really nice and real fancy and have all these golden appliances, then I could do that. But they work no differently than the other appliances. They're not going to make your stuff higher quality or anything like that. It is purely aesthetic. So I guess, I mean, I have some money. I could probably just go through and buy these. It's kind of an afterthought. Again, if I was thinking of truly buying these, I would have probably bought some last month and then used some of the money then and some of the money now, but I do actually have enough money to just buy her out. So I'm pretty broke now. I went and I spent lots and lots of money, but I guess we have this, and at this point, really, there's not a lot that the flea market can offer us. We've bought all of the unique stuff. We went ahead and purchased all of our stuff for the flea markets, you know, the rainbows, rather. We bought all our rainbow stuff from the flea markets ages ago. I bought the potato root last month from Simon and to use in Jin's event, which I did. And the rest of the stuff he's selling, I can find myself, really. So next year, if we make it to next year, if we end up doing year 3 in the game, the flea market really isn't going to have any use to me. It would be super nice, I think, if they change their stock every, you know, year or every second year they cycled stuff out, or the game recognized that like, oh hey, you bought a bunch of stuff and then got new stuff in or something like that, but that's not the case. Ugh, I got stuck. So now we'll just have to keep our eye out for the fall and winter markets in the upcoming months. I have not felt this broke in a very long time. But I've already purchased all of my seeds for fall. I have everything that I want in my storage at home. I've got all of my flowers, and I've got all of the crops and whatnot. I went ahead and I called Taylor on the telephone, and I took care of that already. And so I have money for whatever else I need to use come fall, but I don't foresee myself really needing much money, so it's okay to be broke. And I won't be broke for long, because I'm going to ship all this cocoa. And I still have some other stuff coming in. I still have corn and tomatoes for the remainder of the season. I still have onions. These plants replenish themselves, so I might also be able to get a few more harvests out of them. I've got more flowers, and my animals will always provide me with a nice constant stream of profit in the meantime while I wait for my crops and whatnot to come in. So this is pretty much the only field that I left. This is kind of the only chore that I had left over. I thought, well, I'll leave this for the end, just in case there's some other things I want to talk about, or I just want to stretch the video out a little bit longer. I have no idea what flowers these are, but I hope that they come in soon. It drives me crazy having to have spaces in between my fields like this. I like to be able to use the big wind-up where I can water them all at once like this. But it really shouldn't be that much longer. I feel like these have all been growing for quite a while now. I'm really looking forward to fall. We're going to be able to see some new crops, and it's always nice to see the season sort of change over. So let's go back to the house. I guess we can maybe look at some of the outfits that I bought. We can have a quick look at those, since we might not have much of a chance to really wear them this season, since the season is very quickly coming to an end. Maybe I'll put out all my fancy gold appliances too at some point. So we can have a look at the wardrobe here, and we'll be able to see that we had purchased the pink, the green, and the purple one. So that's what the pink one looks like. It actually matches my little bandana that I have on almost perfectly. That actually looks really great with this. I'm not really a fan of the pirate bandana, to be honest, but I figured, you know what, I never wear it, and I kind of just like to change things up a little bit, and the red outfit I had on kind of went with it, but this is like a perfect match. Those look really great together. And then we bought the green one, which is a nice dark green. It kind of matches my blender, actually. I'm like the same color as my blender. I like that green. It's a nice color. And then finally, my favorite color is purple. So I have a feeling I'm going to really dig the purple outfit, and I will probably just stick with this from now on. Look at that nice color. That is such a nice color of purple. I really like that. And I think we still have clothes to buy from Shelly as well, so maybe within the next couple days I can go and clean her out as well before she switches over for the next season. But in any case, we're probably looking at our calendar here. I will be back shortly because we have to go to our Firefly Festival on the 24th. And from what I remember, this is also another romantic festival, so we have another chance to see some of the guys and their different dialogue as we go on a date with them. It's also a chance to get some of their hearts up, depending on who it is that we ask. And I remember we went alone last year, so this will be a chance for us to not be alone again, which is great. I'm really glad that this year we're actually able to really make the most out of these festivals, because the first year we didn't really have that opportunity. So my guess is that on the 23rd, we're going to be able to ask a date to go with us, and then we meet them on the 24th. That's kind of how the Ocean Festival worked, but I'm not too sure. In any case, I still have to play tomorrow on my own, so I will be able to figure that out, and I will report back to you guys on the 24th for that festival. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.